Alright guys, apparently I've been live for 2 minutes and 24 seconds, so I don't know if people were seeing me before I actually joined the stream. Hey, at least I know my dick out, so that's the important thing. Yeah, I don't know what this stream is, don't know how long it's gonna go for, because I'd actually just decided to just drop everything apparently, to stop. To not actually go stream, but I've had a bit of a change of heart. I'm bored out of my fucking head. We're 2 days into the new year, and it's already a fucking waste. Let me sort this wanking lighter out. Oh, still won't be good, but you got to see my thick arse there. Oh, on the good stuff tonight. Get indie, lads. So, yeah, I don't actually know what this stream is going to be about, but I can see people are already in the comments, so I do apologise to anyone who's just been sat around waiting. I've got to see there's been a little bit of discourse, which is always good. But, yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Tell you what, I'm just so fucking fat recently. I just look like a massive fucking blob. 2021 is going to be the year I lose weight. It won't be. I'll just get fatter and fatter. So yeah, like I said, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing tonight. We'll see. This will probably be a bit of a Q&A. So if anybody wants to ask any questions, then feel free to do so. It's completely your prerogative if you want to. I need something to do and talk about, because what else is there, really? Let's get the YouTube up so I can actually see any comments that come along. I mean, 2 people watching, it's fucking travesty, isn't it? You've got absolute arseholes here on YouTube who get hundreds of thousands of views, and then you get premium quality content like this, which gets good reviews. But do you know what? It's not about that. The fact that people, that's all just, I don't know. I don't know if I'm in a weird mood, but this past week has been really fucking weird. I don't know what it is, but the nihilistic, pessimistic part of me has just proper kicked in this past week or so. Even though I had a lovely Christmas, unaffected with the restrictions, that sort of thing. New Year was a bit of a write-off. Not gonna lie, I was feeling really fucking low on New Year's Eve. But I don't know, it was just like, why are people celebrating? Do you know what I mean? Not to put a downer on the situation, but yeah, I wasn't exactly in the best place on New Year's Eve. And I only had like 3 drinks as well. I think that's good. I think it's a good job I didn't actually have a proper drink on New Year's Eve, because I'd have just been even more miserable than I was anyway. But it's not all doom and gloom. Second day into the new year. and it is what it is. It can be as good as people make it out to be. Do you know what I mean? There are things that are way beyond our control, so why worry about them? Are you still breathing? Are you still surrounded by loved ones? Why would anyone complain without having a good reason to? So I've got a couple of comments. We've got Davo, who says, Peter, happy beery year. Happy beery year to you too. I know I've not got the finest beer to toast, but the other stuff that I've got is like review stuff. But I'm not going to lie, I'm getting a little bit, not bored of doing beer reviews, but I feel like I need to do something a bit different on the channel. I don't know. Obviously I want to create beer related content, but I just want it to be. It's just. I don't know. It's still enjoyable, and I have been shooting beer reviews, but it just seems like I could be doing something a little bit more interesting with it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I haven't done a Saturday Night Slice for a few weeks. I haven't done a Chris Butty video. So I'll have to do stuff. But I don't want to be one of those beer tubers who just branches off into food. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I do enjoy food reviews, because I enjoy eating food, as you can clearly see. But gotta feel like someone from the YouTube drinking community. Why am I in this funk? I don't know. I've got no reason to be in this, but it is what it is. Let's see. So Joe Gansel says, hi, Peter. Hi, Joe. Apologies that you had to wait around a little bit before I actually pulled my finger out and started the stream properly. I said, as the title suggests, I don't know if I was doing it. Ideally, there would have been a few people around, but I know there was a live stream yesterday on Rob's channel, and people told me beforehand that they were doing stuff tonight anyway, but I don't know. I just need to talk to people. Yeah, this is just a mess. It's a mess of a live stream. It is what it is. And I think it's going to set the tone for the Clueless Drinker channel this year. But yeah, I hope everyone had a nice Christmas. Hope everyone had a nice New Year. What did you guys get up to? What did you drink? Just let me know in the comments. I'll probably delete this once the stream's finished. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a mess. But we all love a good car crash, don't we? Anyway. So I've got a few comments now. So Joe says, hi, Peter. Hi, Joe. And he says, it's cool also about that. Wow, still having my text run together. Don't know why. LOL. Then we've got the lovely Lucy Foster saying you need a marinating egg section. Oh, certainly do. But we'll save that for OnlyFans. And my good friend Craig, aka Ken Beer Reviews, says, hey Peter, hey Craig, hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you had a good Christmas and New Year. Or as best as you possibly could with what's happened throughout this year, of course. But yeah, I don't know why I should be in a bit of a low mood, because I've got no reason to. But it's just my stupid brain. But yeah, I got gifted a bottle of this from my uncle on Christmas night, because we went to stay with my dad for Christmas, and then ended up going to my auntie's house. And yeah, I was on Budweiser, and then he had a bottle of that and just said, "Just take it home with you." I was like, "All right then." And I've forgotten how good this stuff is. The foreign extra from Guinness. Very, very nice indeed. What else have I had tonight? I've had the Brewdog layer cake, which was kindly sent to me. Well, I'll say sent, it was dropped off from Adam, aka Mersey Beers. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. I said it in my review, which probably won't be uploaded. I'll probably just end up deleting the video. I don't know. I've been a bit like that with some of the content recently. I had loads of videos on backlog to upload, but I was looking at them and I was like, nobody's going to be able to buy that beer. Don't upload it because it's pointless. It's like the channel, really. But yeah, this wasn't bad. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I'd drink it again. But I don't know, it just could have been so much more, but it's not the car crash that a lot of people are making it out to be. And I think the people who are mainly like criticising the fuck out of this beer are people who they'll continue to buy Brewdog just so they can make posts on social media ripping the shit out of Brewdog. And it's just so pointless. It's absolutely pointless. So we've got a couple more comments. I also drink something old. Last can of chocolate and peanut butter stout from the Garden Brewery. It's over 1 year after Best Before. Still tastes very nice. Yeah, I actually I enjoyed that from the Garden Brewery. I find the sort of paler beers are more of a miss than a hit, but that was really good. I think I've had that a couple of times now. Just a really nice. The peanut butter character, like the peanut flavour, comes through really nicely from what I remember. So I'd actually be interested to see what that would be like a month old. A month old? Over a year old. But I'm glad that it was still a tasty beverage, even after its Best Before. Sidebar that you do. Do you get the Beer52 boxes? Yes, I do. And you're probably seeing like on the recommended videos as well. In fact, I did a live stream the other day unboxing the Australia box, or the Melbourne box specifically. Might be doing a few live reviews with Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews, because he got the box as well. He messaged me the other day and I've still not sent him the photos of the stuff that was included. I tell you what, Beer52 has really upped their game in the past year. Well, especially since the whole lockdown and COVID. I think they've sort of like changed their direction of how they've sourced beers and how they go about things, because there were quite a few boxes up to this year that had so much promise, but they just fell flat. But I've really enjoyed the boxes from Beer52 this year. They've been really good. The quality has gone up considerably, and their web shop is really nice as well. But yeah, don't waste your time with that live stream, by the way. Yeah, see in the sidebar. But yeah, I think by the teaser in Ferment this month, it's going to be a Belgian sort of Belgian flair. So I'm looking forward to that. To give Belgian beers another chance. because I do tend to struggle with Belgian beers. I found Oktoberfest box really bland for my tastes. As much as I love German beer, I will agree that that box could have been so much more. There were some really good beers in there. The two beers from Bureau were nice, but the Oktoberfest box from last year was, I would say, infinitely better than this year's box. But that one of the main reasons why I like Beer 52 is because they're importing beers from Yankee and Kraut, who are a fucking amazing brewery in Germany. They really, really are. Highly, highly recommended. Plus, the guys who own the brewery are just really top fellas. So, Dabo says, nice amount of chocolate, toasted and roasted malts, and low amounts of peanut shells, and actually peanuts, but subtle. I got a really nice, distinct peanut flavour when I had the last can of that. But I think peanut butter sort of inspired beers. There's a lot that can go wrong with them without them tasting awful. Because sometimes you just get that sort of generic sort of like the roastedness of a peanut as opposed to the peanut butter flavour. So you just like get a generic nuttiness, so it can be quite weak in that regard. But yeah, I remember that one from Garden being really quite nice. Then the Grey Man, who, by the way, apologies that I didn't properly give you a little shout out there, and thanks for the comments, says, I scored all but one beer. 1 out of 5. So what was the one beer that you enjoyed out of that box? Or did you give it a 2 out of 5? Yeah, I think I've been very lucky that I've not had too many crap beers this year. In fact, I would say, talking about British breweries, and I don't mean that in the beer hooligan sense, but I think with the fact that a lot of breweries are under immense pressure, bottle shops have suffered greatly, bars, tap rooms, pubs. I think British breweries have really pulled it out of the bag and produced some of the best beers that I've had in a long time. Not saying that last year's beers were bad or the year before, but yeah, it just shows you in the face of, is it adversity? No, that's not the right word. But facing a shitty, awful situation like this, I think it's really pushed breweries, literally to the limits, with some of them having to fold and go in different directions. But yeah, that breweries have been knocking it out of the park a lot more on a lot more consistent basis, I would say, this year. I really think they have, and just all credit to them. Let's see, I forgot now. It was only the best one. Yeah, I mean, the German box, I don't think it was that bad. But as I said, it was a shadow of the German box from the year before. And again, selection of breweries as well sort of played a part in that. But yeah, let me just take me hoodie off. I want to do it in a dignified way, because usually the hoodie just lifts up my t-shirt and exposes my tits, and I don't want to do that on a live stream. Well, not on anything that's not OnlyFans. There we go, that's better. Representing North with this. Vocation. Had some really good beers from Vocation this year. So yeah, what's some of the best beers that you guys have had this year? Let me know in the comments, or if you've got any beer related questions you'd like to ask, then feel free to fire away. Or if you want to ask any sort of question, just hit me up and I'll answer. And Davos straight in there with most memorable beers breweries of 2020. I think my favourite brewery, just all in all, would have to be Track. I think they were my favourite brewery from 2019 as well. I just think Track know how to brew beers in multiple styles. I mean, of course, like most breweries nowadays, it's about the pale ales and the IPAs for a lot of people, myself included. I'll probably always buy more pale ales and IPAs than I will other styles. But I think Track have really shown that they knock out the park with their hazy juice bombs. They know how to brew good sour beers. Their stouts have been fantastic. And they know how to brew just a very satisfying, simple lager. And yeah, I mean, one of my favourite drinking experiences this year was buying a mini keg of the I don't know what the beer's called, but it was a bitter that they brewed with marble, and that keg just got drank so quickly. But yeah, Track for me, I think my favourite brewery, especially when you can order their beer and get it sometimes within a day and a half, and you cannot. And that's one thing I would say about a lot of breweries this year, because they've had to adapt to the situation. I think logistically, a lot of UK breweries have they've done it right. By a lot of breweries now have their own web shops. A lot of breweries, of course, do their sort of like localized deliveries. They've upped their game with their nationwide deliveries as well, and even some breweries in the UK have now got international shipping on their website. I think they've had to adapt in that regard, and I think they've done a really good job in that sort of sense. Bottle shops as well, which were more sort of like localized, have now got really good, solid web shops. Again, with the local sort of like free delivery as well as their nationwide delivery options. But yeah, Track specifically have got that nailed down. Good customer service as well, because I had a bit of an issue getting my mini keg from them. But that was, I'm not going to complain. We're in the middle of an absolute cunt rot of a pandemic, and the couriers, Royal Mail, you name it, have been stretched over the past few weeks because of the festive season and a lot more people having to buy online. So I wasn't gonna, bitch and moan about that. But when I was like querying the status of the mini keg and stuff, they're just so courteous and apologetic. I was like, there's no need to be like that. I completely understand. So Track, favourite brewery, just across the board. My favourite, not necessarily new brewery, because they've been around for a little while now, but I had my first beers from them, and I was very, very impressed. Would have to be Chapter Brewing out of Merseyside. I just loved the concept of the brewery. sort of inspired by literary pieces, literacy, books, poems. Their branding and artwork, fantastic. A brewery that doesn't sort of depend on trends. And I can't remember the guy's name. Adam, I can see Adam's in the chat now. I can't remember the guy's name who actually owns Chapter, but I mean, fucking, he wears a headband, so he gets points in my book anyway. But he just brews beers that he wants to brew, by the looks of it. Doesn't have to depend on, you know, falling back on Juicy Boys and that sort of thing. That sounded really camp, but you know what I mean. Hayes, you know, the Haysbro crowd, he's not catering to that sort of market. And brewing some styles that you don't really see too often. And brews the beers really, really well. So I've been very impressed by Chapter. I sort of had a reintroduction to Siren. I think Siren have had a really good year in terms of their output, and I'm sorry about the shadows and the lights. For some reason, Huawei's phone camera doesn't seem to stick to one form of exposure, and you can't edit that, and it does my absolute tits in. I don't tend to have that problem with the iPhone, but I find that this is much more efficient, so I can read messages and things like that. Okay. And yeah, God, Davo, this has been very long-winded. I do apologise. So we talk about favourite brewery, track. Favourite new brewery to me would be Chapter. My favourite rediscovery has been Siren. Again, a brewery that can just brew a whole multitude of styles of beer. Just very, very well. Internationally, who have I been really enjoying? I've been really enjoying the stuff I've been getting from, or picking up from, Frau Gruber. I think they're just an absolutely fantastic brewery out of Germany. Who else been buying regular beers from outside of the UK? I think I've been a little bit more UK centric this year, just because I've wanted to support the you know, the British brewing scene as much as I can. Been doing a lot more direct orders from breweries themselves and buying the same beer on a regular basis, because I think 2020's definitely been a year, and I've realised I've said plenty of times in this stream already, but I think 2020 has been a great year for people to truly appreciate a good core range of beers. And I think the likes of Cloudwater, I've found myself buying like DDH Pale, the Hellers quite a few times, going back to track, picking up 4-packs of Sonoma, however you want to say it, and like Half Dome and that sort of stuff. I just, you know, that idea of having to have something new each and every time, I've tried to do that as little as possible, and if I found a reliable bit, I mean, Daya got, you know, a fantastic regular range of beers. In fact, some would say the best core range pale ale that you can pick up. Northern Monk again, great core range of beers. So yeah, it's been really interesting to try new stuff from new breweries and from breweries that I love, but I've also really been enjoying buying like a 4-pack of the same beer a few times, which is something I never really did for some reason. But favourite beers in general. See, I'd have to look through like my reviews and my photos because it's going to take me a while to think of specific beers. But what I've been impressed with recently, the Vocation Pomona Island, another great brewery that I've discovered this year. But yeah, Pomona Island, their Imperial Stout that they did with Vocation, which was the Imperial Mocha. That to me is probably one of the best stouts that I've had this year. Yeah, Vocation seems like in the latter part of 2020, some of their barrel-aged Imperial stouts that they've been doing have been getting some really good feedback. So that was definitely a highlight. To me, 2020 was the year that I just fell head over heels with triple IPAs. Cloudwater brewed some really good ones that I had this year. The Track did the quadruple IPA, which it didn't hit the high notes that I wanted it to, but it was still an exemplary beer. Then there was the triple IPA that Daya did with North. That was good. What was that North beer that they did? It was like it was a double IPA, and I did the review when I was on the train back home from Leeds visiting my fucking psychopath ex-girlfriend, and I got delayed train by about 3 hours, so I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna shoot some reviews on the train. I can't remember what that was, but that was a really good double IPA. Time and Tide, big shout out to Time and Tide, a really nice surprise for me this year. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a specific video talking about my favourite beers, like specific individual beers and by category and that sort of stuff. But yeah, a bit of a long-winded, didn't really give the appropriate answer response to Davor's question then. You just have to bear with me 1 second. Very professional. Then I'll have a look at the comments because I've seen them scroll through. Just have to bear with me 1 sec. So let's have a look at the comments. Now I've gone back into the YouTube app. The video's disappeared. Very annoying. But we shall... I mean, I could just read them off there, but it's very awkward when I'm bending over. Well, it's always going to be awkward when you bend over, let's be honest. So, we'll carry on from the Grey Man's comment. Last Poland box had a couple of nice chalky ones. Yes, a couple of the chocolate stouts. That one with the moose, I can't remember, is it Bear Beer or something like that, the brewery? That was a good one. It was sort of like a Willy Wonka inspired one. In fact, I think I just drank most of the Polish box, didn't really review any of them. I've sort of fallen out the habit of like reviewing every single beer that I pick up. But yeah, the Poland box was really quite good. Dark beers are my go-to drink. Cannot blame you. I've had some really good dark beers these past few months, with it being that sort of season, even though I've never really subscribed to that notion of drinking like lagers in summer and like, do you know what I mean? An IPA is going to taste just as good in hot weather as it is in like the coldest of temperatures, and likewise with stouts. If you're in the mood for a stout, it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I've had some really good dark beers over the Christmas period. Davos says, I never had a beer from Track, Vocation, Dare, etc. You have to try and get hold of them. No, Track do it. So it's always worth having a look. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost or if there's any sort of duty included in that, but could always we should get something sorted out in that regard, Davor. You'll have to remind me of that one, because you're missing out on some really good British stuff. You really, really are. Joe says, personally, I'm getting tired of hazy IPAs. See, I tell myself that, but that's probably the most common beer style aside from lagers that I purchase. And that's why in some reviews, when I have an IPA that's a little bit different, I'm like, oh, it's really refreshing to have this flavour coming through. Don't know why I develop a bit of a northern accent then. But yeah, I very much agree, but I'm a hypocrite because I'll keep buying them. But I like it when I get like a West Coast IPA that just fucks my palate. Do you know what I mean? Let's see. Mercy says, sorry I tuned out because I thought you weren't coming on. Well, that's all part of the mystique of the clueless drinker, isn't it? You don't know what you're going to get with the clueless drinker. All you do is low quality entertainment at the end of the day. Daryl says, most memorable beers for me were Lervig Paragon 2019 and Skogan. The hot chocolate nitro stout that they did with North. Fuck me, that was an amazing imperial stout. I had a really good triple IPA from 2-0, going back to some of my picks this year. In fact, I'm going to say one of my favourite IPAs I had was the hashtag double IPA from 2-0, which I got in me 2-0 box recently. That was fucking banging. Really, really was. But we'll get back to the comments. Siren, Dark and Perilous Nights. I've not had that one. Sounds good though. I'm guessing that's going to be an Imperial Stout. Oh god. What a horrible sound to come out of my mouth. Nerd Brewing, finally, BW 2019. I've heard a lot of good things about Nerd Brewing, but never tried anything from them. Tempest, Old Fashioned Batch 3. I do like a bit of Tempest. They did a really good dark lager that I got from a Beer 52 box. And that was really good. And then Prime UU PX draft version. I've only ever had one beer from, is it OO? I know I'm pronouncing that terribly. Very much apologise. But I've had some good. Well, I say I've had some good. I've had a really good beer from them. I think it was a Baltic Porter that I had from those guys. Then we've got Jimmy from Scotland, Rampant Line Reviews, who says bum. Ready when you are, Jimmy. And my hair's gone like I'm a shitty Charles entertainer. I didn't kill them. Bum, but yeah, whenever you're ready, James, I'm always up for a good bum. And he says, did you get that cucumber? Let's just say I ate it, but not in the way you think. Then Devil says, from Adam, happy face, crying happy face in response to James's bum comment. Then Joe says hi, James. Then we've got Thomas from Window Beer Reviews saying hi. Hi, Thomas. Hope you're doing well, my friend. And Joe says, how is Rampant Line Reviews doing today? And apparently, James just ignored that question. I'm only joking. He says, you need to get on my stream soon. You've not been on one of the headphone fests for a while. Just about to try Imperial Kirsch, by the way. That's from Vocation, isn't it? See, if you put cherries or raspberries or berries in general in an Imperial Stout, I don't know. Like this whole sort of like Black Forest Gatto-esque themed stout thing, I'm just not a big fan of it. But from what I've heard, Imperial Kirsch is very nice. Let's see. Craig says, I had a new version of Sprat Waffler from Time and Tide earlier with a different yeast strain. Yeah, now that was a good Sprat Waffler. What a great example of a core range beer. That was awesome. I love that. It reminded me of when I didn't say it in the review, so I don't know why I'm saying it now, but it reminded me of the first time that I had Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. What an epiphany that was. I think that might be actually the beer that really got me excited about beer. And when you get a fresh bottle or can of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, it's just such a good beer. I love Sierra Nevada. I'm so gutted I missed out on picking up a bottle of the Celebration IPA. I really wanted to pick up a bottle of that. I'm sure there'll be some floating around. I'm also gutted that I didn't manage to pick up a bottle of the Anchor Christmas Ale from last year. Because the one I had from 2019 was just absolutely gorgeous. Just like proper Americana sort of brewing. Do you know what I mean? Like old school American craft. But yeah, Sprat Waffler with a new yeast strain. Interesting. And Joe says, got to go. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Joe. Apologies if I've just missed you then by taking me time getting to that comment. And then the Grey Man is also going. Gotta run. Good night, folks. Good night, Grey Man. Very nice of you to pop by. I will definitely give your channel a sub. Then James says, terrible of me, Joe. Doing well, dude. How are you? Well, he's fucking gone now, James. Unbelievable. There's a joke about Brexit there somewhere. I don't know. I'm a fucking idiot. Then Aussie Beer Noob says, hi, Peter. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing okay. And then to lower the tone, we've got Harry from Lino's Beer Reviews who goes, but it's not special brew. It's close. It's sort of like the F-word younger brother of Special Brewers Carlsberg Pilsner. God, that was a bit on the nose, wasn't it? Jesus, sorry. Not had Special Brew in time. And that reminds me, that's not what I wanted to say. I will have to have a quick interlude because I need to get myself another beer. So the stream will go quiet. 12 views. I very rarely get double figures when I'm doing a live stream, so very much appreciated. Especially since this was it was initially an off-the-cuff stream that I had prepared. Then I was like, nah, I don't really want to do it. But then I did it, and I'm glad I did. So I'm going to have a few more beers, so I just need to get another beer now. So just hit me up with comments, insult me, to be as disgusting as you want to be, as politically incorrect as you want to be in the comments. I will address them. Or you could just ask some nice, pleasant beer questions, or have a little bit of a discussion amongst yourselves. But I shall be right back into clicks of a finger. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, thank you for holding that. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Let's finish this off. It's getting warm now, so I will abandon said beer and move on to a can of Lervig Easy Double Dry Hopped Pale, 4.5%. This was kindly sent to me by the lovely Lucy Foster, who seems to have just abandoned the chat for whatever reason. But hey ho, it is what it is. I've got Harry here now, so life's good. So yeah, let's give this a pour. I'm just tucking into this one because I think I may have already reviewed this. I probably haven't, so I do apologise. But I'm going to enjoy it on stream. Love the metallic aspects of the can. Oh, that looks good. Looks like cask, the way it's a bit more clear at the bottom. And using this sluttish Beer Hawk glass. Well, that's nice. With Mosaic and Citra, definitely getting Citra. So, let's have a look at the comments. Davos says, Peter, did you have anything from J. Kemke, Germany? I had earlier the Grauter Kilms, a Dinkelbier farmhouse ale, with nice amount of funk on the nose, very similar to Lambic Erdegeuser. See, that brewery, I recognise it, but I'm not going to say I've had anything. Let me have a look. Kemke. I'm just having a look. See if I recognise any of the artwork on any of the beers. No, I haven't, but I have seen the beers around. Because I know they do they did an Apfelwein, which I never got a chance to pick up when I was in Germany. But I have seen them, but I've not tried anything from them. That sounds interesting, that one. Have you had anything else from them, Davor? And Harry says, I'll abandon you, don't worry. I would expect nothing less. Because that's all I deserve. To you, Harry. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Someone just knocked on my door asking for directions to the dogging spot. Well, considering we're in a lockdown, I tell you what, you've got to give it to them. Not literally. Could have said that better. But yeah, credit to them for asking directions not only to a dogging spot, but doing it when you shouldn't be dogging in private spaces, like cars. Okay. And she says hello to Harry and then says, I invited them in, of course. I would not doubt that, Lucy. I would not doubt that one tiny little bit. Which, oh, by the way, thank you for this. This is really nice. And it's going down really, really quickly. Oh. What time are we on now? Look at that. What the fuck is going on with my watch? So, the end of day 2 of 2021 has nearly come to an end. The end of day... Shut the fuck up, Peter. I'm going to do the rest of this stream in silence. And then Davos says he likes Lucy's humour. Well, someone has to. It's really good. And I don't know how well you can see that, but I ripped my nail and it really fucking stings. Lucy says thank you to Dabo. See, this is what it's about. It's about community and coming together and just being nice to each other. Even though Lucy is never fucking nice to me. Treats me like a dog. But just like Harry, it's what I deserve. I like that a lot. I know I shouldn't really smoke in the house, but I really want a cigarette right now. And I do have an ashtray, so I'll have to open the window, won't I? Maybe 2021 is going to be the year I might actually have a proper... Fuck off. A proper reviewing setup. I mean, come summer and spring, I'll be able to sit in the bar. Oh, excuse me. Right, here we go. Move that beer out the way. There's a reason why people call me the most boring beer tuber. And I'm not going to argue with it. So. Oh, it's crisp out there. Oh, very unflattering scene there for you all. So let's catch up on the comments. Harry says, it's what we all deserve. I'll drink to that. And then cry wank later on. Then Craig says, good to see you back online, Lucy. And then she says, hello, Craig. Directions for a dogging spot. Walk 1 mile in any direction from here. Well, I live at the Skelmersdale Beacon. And I'm sure if Adam was here, he would wholeheartedly agree that we've got probably one of the best dogging spots in the northwest, and you get a nice scenic view as well. So when you clear a stranger's spunk out of your eye, you get to look at beautiful, beautiful wildlife. And also see a young feral child driving on a scooter. So that was the only beer that I had from J. Kemker, but I'm tempted to find and try more. Oh, definitely. They seem to lean towards the farmhouse side of things. Then Luce says, yeah, much the same here too, Harry. And she also wants to play in a band called Cry Wank. Another man called Cocaine Piss played right after us too. What a gig that must have been. And I was going to come up with a childish band name to finish off that lineup, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to lower myself to those standards because it's all highbrow comedy here on the Clueless Drinker channel. And then Joe says, not bad, James. But yeah, we've got 12 viewers at the moment. So what have you guys been watching on YouTube recently? What rabbit holes have you been going down? What YouTubers have you been falling head over heels with for both good and bad reasons? One channel I'm absolutely addicted to right now is a guy called Ian Moore, because he's basically, for lack of a better word, he's massive. He's literally a massive man. And he was big on TikTok at one point because he was showing like off his lunch and stuff, which they weren't lunches, they were banquets. But hey, do you know, it's his money, his life. I'm not going to judge. But then he had a lot of drama. There were accusations of noncery, which is always the case. Then he came over to YouTube, had a bit of a beef with Callum's Corner. And he basically does like really long live streams, which start off pretty civil. He's got his own little quirks. He's openly gay, but straight acting. Until after about 6 vodka and energy drinks, he gets his StreamYard out, posts the StreamYard into his YouTube live, and basically just talks fucking filth with other men whilst continuing to get pissed, and then insults people on his YouTube comments by saying how much he wants to shag their mum. It's utter car crash. He loves his royalty-free music playing in the background, but I tell you what, putting that on as you go into bed. Who needs to listen to rain hitting a tent? Seriously, go check him out, Ian Moore. It could potentially be a nonce, so don't be fully supportive of him. But hey, innocent until proven guilty. It's just the whole like change in atmosphere when he gets pissed and horny talking to random people on StreamYard. But hey ho, it is what it is at the end of the day. What are you going to do? I think I should document like a mental breakdown on YouTube. Could you imagine a drunken mental breakdown with the most boring beer tuber? Beer hooligan would wank himself into oblivion. He really, really would. But anyway, it's going to fucking stink of cigarettes tomorrow. It is what it is. You only live once. So, Lucy asks, that's my question. That's my question of the evening, actually. What would your band name be? Give it your best shot. We'll come back to that, Lucy. Harry says, cry wank. Is there any other wank? There is a danger wank, in which you have to live with, it's going to sound so weird, you have to live with either roommates or family members. So if I remember this correctly, you sit in your bathroom whilst having a shit, you begin to masturbate, and you shout for someone to bring you up some toilet roll, and the aim of the game is to finish off before said person presenting you with fresh toilet roll arrives. You all want to give that a go, I know. And then Harry says, trucking channels, probably because of the dogging. I think there's a common theme here. And then eggnog on the bog. Am I right, Harry? Eggnog on the bog. Is that a googly-eyed YouTuber with really messy hair? And he wears glasses. Have I just fucking described myself, though? Eggnog on the bog? I recognise that name. Is he, like, Welsh? Yes, Eggnog on the Bog Productions. I have to resubscribe to him. I remember him from when I actually used to do vlogs, like a sad bastard. God, what's going on with me? What's this personality that's suddenly developed? Joe says history, mainly. I love the medieval history. I'll have to look into that. Always good. Medieval history, don't know why it all runs together. I mainly watch beer-related channels and music, says Davo. And Joe says, man, I meant the medieval history. Don't know why it all runs together. Can't explain it, lol. Luce says, this got dark quickly. I blame Harry. And then Harry, in an ominous tone, says, it could get worse. But are we talking about the same eggnog on the bog who's got the Mr. Ben? Is it Mr. Ben? As his logo. And he does that a lot with his mouth. What is my fucking life, by the way? What is going on? This went from a civilized beer-related chat to utter nonsense. Yes, we are. How do you know? Him haven't even sent that to you because I used to watch a lot of Welsh. I used to watch a lot of Welsh vloggers, and there was a lot of drama involving Mr. Eggnog on the Bog with WXPM, aka Denby Videos, and 007 Vauxhall, aka Paul. And then the mayor, who was like a VHS collector, who always wore a mask and always wore a grey tracksuit. So there's a bit of a... And then they used to go on like ghost hunts. Oh god. Grown men going on ghost hunts. Oh gosh. Oh, some of the fucking people you come across on YouTube. Sorry, I don't know what happened then. Yeah, eggnog on the bog. Isn't his name like Mark or something? I can't remember. Another sort of YouTuber linked with that group was a guy called Camkirk. He did some really proper out there videos. Oh, fucking hell. We have to do like a viewing party of just like YouTube's silliest, stupidest people. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was subscribed to Mark years ago. I can't remember why I found him really funny. There was something pivotal about Eggnog on the Bog with his Mr. Ben logo. Oh, it's just the fact that there was drama with like middle-aged men on YouTube. Oh, what the fuck. Oh, well, there we go. So, trying to get back on track, we've got a can of Salter's Zip Wire Citrus Pale, clocking in at 4.5%. Fresh, zesty, real orange and grapefruit. So we'll crack this one open as I decompose. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I've been thinking about people who I used to be subscribed to when I was doing the vlog stuff and then when I was doing the film stuff. How do I describe this person without it sounding really fucking dickish? But when I was in the film community, which by the way, I had a fairly successful movie review channel in which one of my reviews got 18 million views, and I was able to live off that video for 3 months until YouTube decided to demonetize me. But I remember a guy, and I can't remember what his name was, but it's not because of his condition, it's because of his personality. But it was a man with cerebral palsy who was very, very angry when it came to films. And he would always kick off because his mum wouldn't let him buy films. And the way he described films was beautiful, but the fact that he's got cerebral palsy means nothing, by the way. People can clip that, and I mean, I've gone down to single digits, so I'm just human scum. Well, whatever orange and grapefruit was used in that beer has definitely faded. It's not too bad though. Let's see. For some reason, the comments on my actual phone are really slow, so I've got to get really close to the camera so you can see that one eye is looking at you and one eye is looking for you. Him eating in his car to sexy porn music is definitely up there. Is that an older video? I might have seen that. Let's have a look. What's he been up to recently? I'm trying to think if there's any videos that I remember. Yeah, well, what a guy Eggnog on the Bog is. Of course, he went on about job centre sanctions and stuff. Anyway, we're not going to get bogged down into that. Let's see. Long time sub of WXPM. What, you mean the man who uploads the same fucking video every day? What's it? Something in a flat cap? And his Sunday roast dinners. Which is the same fucking roast dinner each week. But people seem to watch him. I was like, got his sideline going. Oh, no, focus birds in his garden. People are like, what the fuck is going on with Peter? But Harry knows. Oh, Harry knows. GMP Productions. Oh, it's just so funny. These people on YouTube who have... I don't know, I just love the fact that just normal people who should be just going about their daily business actually have a presence on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? By the way, Harry, if you want to sneak into the Denby Mental and just get absolutely fucking annihilated, definitely up for that. Definitely up for that. Flat cap and a cold one. There we go. Lee says, is this part of the Clueless breakdown? It probably is. It's just what it is at the end of the day. And then Joe says, maybe. LOL. Yeah, we're going to go through all the emotions tonight. But yeah, until Harry posts something that's going to get me off track again. Speak of the devil, I'm in the water rails. I'm on the water rails. I'll linger. Carbonated water. That's all you need. It's the life force. I'm gonna have to like go through some of my favourite YouTubers who I used to subscribe to, especially in the vlogging community. Oh my god, some of the people. I just love YouTube. It's so much better than TV. It really, really is. So much better. So let's catch up on the comments. So Joe says, inhale that cigarette. I can't. I feel that my throat's locked up at the moment. I think I use this sort of more as a crutch than anything else. Lee says, go on then, Peter. What's your band name? Mine is going to be the Foreskin Cement Dragger. We play crust metal jazz pop. I've still not thought about my band name. That's a really good question. I'm going to have to come back to that, Lucy. I'm sorry. Blue Nose Beer Reviews, aka Harry, comes up with another legend off YouTube, Danalytical. Alright, yeah, Showbiz. Yeah, alright. I'm going to Smith's and do scratch cards. Then Joe says my band would be Metal Forever, which Lucy gives the horns to that. And Davor says time to badger off. Cheers to all. Cheers, Davor. You take care, my friend. Thank you for asking those questions earlier. Given this live stream some content. I do appreciate that, and I will actually elaborate on those questions you asked in a proper video, because I need to go through some of my favourite beers and breweries properly instead of just fucking gushing all over track. So, Night Devil, says Joe. I don't know what my band name would be. I'm trying. I don't want to fall in the trap of just thinking of something that's just so pointlessly offensive. But it is what it is. I did. I never wrote any music under this name, but it was a quote from Kings of Leon. And I thought this would be a really good name for a band. People call us Puritans. Now, I think that's a good band name. It's quite ambiguous on what sort of genre you would play. Clueless Dangerwank? Yeah. Sounds good to me. Oh, you mean the band name? Shit joke. Speaking of shit jokes, what's red and invisible? No tomatoes. It's a Charlie Brooker joke, that. Well, the jury's out. That's what my band's going to be called now. Clueless Dangerwank. That's actually a really good band name. We'll support Five Finger Death Punch. By the way, that laughs at anyone who enjoys a band called Five Finger Death Punch. Bring Me the Horizon. Oh my god, fucking Ollie Sykes. Make up your mind on what you want to be, Ollie. Lou says, alright, Dad, fucking hell. You missed an extra D and Y on that. Don't. That's just so fucking stupid to say. Yeah, I'm going to put that by the window to get rid of the smell. James says, I like the jam. See me walking around like a boy about town you've never heard of. Like I've always said, I don't think beer hooligans are racist. He just doesn't like people of the same skin colour of him. Joe says, we would call it Bumfest 2020. LOL. Just think, James, if COVID hadn't occurred, that might have actually been a thing. In a hotel room in Birmingham. Tempted to do a Scots language cover. and hates Scottish people as well. He certainly does. I think he hates most people who don't fall into a certain demographic. Cough, cough, the ED out. Joe, fuck it. No one will see this, but let's just put it out there. The beer hooligan is a fucking cunt. Just gonna say it. He's a knobhead. He's a prick. He's an absolute fucking melt. But that's all I will say on the matter. I went to Ketfest once. Fair dues, Harry. James says, see me cutting a boot, shagging your ma in your dug. No. He's a Ned. Definitely is. See, the worst thing that can happen is I get a shitty mention on his shitty Sunday night quiz. Well, what have I got to lose, really? That is a festival in Kettering, says Harry. And Joe says he is a sick head. And James also says, did you see my dedication to you this morning? Was that on your beer review? Which I can't remember what beer it was, but I did add it to my Watch Later playlist. Let me have a look. I love how, by the way, when you search for Rampant Line beer reviews, the first video that comes up is calling out the beer hooligan. Oh, it's so childish that I found that funny. Would that have been in your Arbor review? Or was it even a mention of me or Harry? Because I know Harry really enjoyed that little Sabroni. Oh, see, that's the thing about YouTube, man. I did not get in my subscription feed James's favourite beers and breweries of 2020, but I'm going to add that to my Watch Later playlist. I said that like it means something. Let's see. Joe Gansel, you're the American patron of Bumfest 2021. Well, there you go. Welcome to the club. Bring your headphones. And then James says, I, Arbor Sabroni. Is that because it's a rainbow can? Don't know what that's supposed to mean. Oh god, I want to proper get off the rails one time on a live stream. Just drink Jack and Coke all night. Because I think that's what hits me, is when, if you want to see an absolute mess of a human being, first of all, just look up the Manchester Piss Up videos. I became a completely different person during that excursion. But yeah, when I touch stuff like whiskey or wine, I'm intolerable. Well, I'm intolerable now, let's be honest. So, James also said it was out Little Love Square. It even got its customary dislike. Of course. You know you've made it when you get your dislike before anyone could have actually watched the whole video. And then Joe says, my phone doesn't want to separate words today. God, when you read some of my texts, you would think that you're actually speaking to a child because of I somehow miss out keywords when I'm writing to people. It's ridiculous. My gosh, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And James also says, you'll start thinking you're hard and hating on the Scots. And I still loved when you told off Paul, laid down the law. Yeah, for some reason, I became a real fucking dickhead towards Paul. But I think he kind of enjoyed it, so I carried on doing it. And that's my defence. But I'll tell you what, that was really good Donna meat, though. Harry says, my phone does that all the time, but the funny thing is, it's all in one word. It's like a hashtag without the hashtag. This beer seems to have gone better the more I'm drinking it. God, how long have I been going on? About an hour and a half. The sexual tension in that room tonight. And I tell you what, this next comment's thrown me for fucking 6. We've actually got Eggnog on the Bog Productions, who says, hi, you sold me on what vid? Well, Mr. Eggnog, there's a little bit of a story to that. We were actually discussing YouTubers who we've discovered, and a long time ago I was actually subscribed to you on a different channel, and it triggered me to actually visit your channel and resub, because I remember you did a few videos on like sanctions and stuff when it comes to like unfair sanctions when it comes to job seekers and stuff like that. So I thought, do you know what, it'd be rude not to resubscribe and revisit some of the videos. So thank you for joining the stream, and really appreciate you dropping by. So I'm actually going to look forward to going back through your videos, because it's been a hell of a long time. I'm not going to lie. There's so many channels who I was subscribed to a few years ago that I used to watch almost religiously. And yeah, so welcome aboard, Mr. Eggnog. And thank you for subscribing. You might regret that because my channel is boring as shit. But I do appreciate you coming by. And James says, you watched Chernobyl. I have indeed. That was a really, really good series. I actually really enjoyed Chernobyl. Well, you can't really enjoy Chernobyl, let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't really say, and this is like a Larry David joke, I think. You can't really say, oh, I really enjoy Schindler's List. Or was that Ricky Gervais? Yeah, it's a Ricky Gervais joke, isn't it? Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, it's one of those things that... yeah, Chernobyl was a really good series on a really tragic event, of course, but hey ho, it is what it is. Yeah, it was really good. I liked. I can't remember the actor's name, but the one who plays as the main sort of scientist, the one who's like he's sat in his apartment and he ends up killing himself, and it's like flashbacks and stuff. Oh my god, what's his name? He's got a really famous dad. He was also in Mad Men, and I loved his character in Mad Men. And I've forgotten. Sorry, I burped. It is what it is. He was also in Resident Evil Apocalypse, which was sort of an attempt at putting Resident Evil 3 to film. But yeah, it's what a surreal night. There's something really surreal about this. History of beer tubers is my thing, says Joe. And Jared Harris, that's the one, James. I really like him as an actor. Is his dad Richard Harris? I can't remember. I actually can't remember. Outlaw King, another beast. Is that another series? I've not watched that. If it is, well, quite clearly, I don't know what it is because I've asked you what it is, but it is what it is. And Blue Nose Beer Reviews says Rolf. Can you tell how big it is yet? See that was off the cuff. Rolf Harris joke there. Very talented illustrator. Never realised he was Richard Harris's son. Yeah. Just a great actor in his own right. But yeah, he's really good in Mad Men. I can't remember what series it is, but he was one of my favourite characters in Mad Men. By the way, John Hamm, one of the most boring yet handsome men in the history of the world. I vote for an eggnog clueless drinker collab, says Lucy. Hey, I'm game. I'm game to do anything. When are we doing Bamberg? Says James. Well, when the fucking Tories get their act together. Oh, I just saw an advert on TV. Well, not literally, because I've been sat here for the past 2 hours. But what was it? It was Ryanair. Ryanair did an advert. Oh my god, it was so fucking I can't fucking speak. It was so insensitive. But also had a bit of a jab and go. Jab and go. Ryanair have literally, on their most recent television advert, had the words jab and go, which implies the only way you're going to fly on Ryanair is if you have a vaccine. And it's just like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? That's like Auschwitz doing an uplifting tourist commercial. But yeah, jab and go. Ryanair, jab and go. What the fuck? Do you know what I mean? It's like time and place. people. But mind you, Ryanair, the airline that didn't let Nile Rodgers take his medicine on a plane. Fucking Irish prick. Oh, God. What a night this is turning into. But yeah, eggnog. Up for a drinking challenge. I'm sure we'd have some interaction at some point. It was either on a channel called Another Cliche Designer or Mondo Squalido. God, those were the days when YouTube was a really good creative platform. Nowadays, YouTube is just purely for celebrities. Oh, excuse me. So James just said, don't say that in Glasgow, and I'm worried. What did I actually say? That would be See, now I'm worried because my stepdad is from Glasgow and he's downstairs. James, is he gonna twat me? Is he gonna put blue paint on his face and hurl abuse at me? Or is it jab and go? Does jab mean something specifically to Glasgow? Yeah, jab and go. I think I can imagine what jab and go means in Glaswegian. Now that I think about it, the relief that I feel knowing that I haven't insulted the people of Glasgow. Does anybody actually say that? I saw that in a Chewing the Fat skit. But anyway, just do what they say. Exactly. Yeah. It's all you can do, isn't it? I'm good at taking instructions. Taking instructions? That's not the term I wanted to use, but anyway. Dribble beer, because I'm a child. I actually drank a little bit more than I actually wanted to tonight, but it is what it is. Sunday tomorrow. Day of rest. And McDonald's breakfast. Most friendly, yet most violent city in Europe. I wouldn't have it any other way. So if you can excuse me again for another minute or so, I seem to have ran out of alcohol, so I'm going to get myself another beer. Thank you all for keeping me company tonight. Are you going to try the Katsu Nugs? Lucy, I'm not approaching 18 stone for no reason. Of course I'm going to try those Katsu Nugs. Then Joe says, I'm going to have to read these comments now. I said that like I didn't want to. Of course I want to. It means get shot and don't question them. Can't argue with that. James says, by the way, Peter, while I'm in Scotland, very ominous. Do I need to bring my headphones? I'll do anything as long as I can kiss you on the tummy afterwards. I have a Schlenkerla Märzen lager. Should we do a StreamYard collaboration? Yes, and you actually messaged me this earlier. I need to pick up. I'm sure you said the Märzen. I was at the Weizen. I can't remember, but we do have to do a collab review on those. I'll just have to pick them up. They are really easy to get hold of, but I'd have to do a full order. But yes, I will definitely do that. Märzen and Blue Label Lager. Yes. As soon as I get, because both bottles, I don't have to get them straight away, and even if I can get one and not the other, because they'll age not too badly. I've only got about a week though. Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. I'll definitely be up for that if I can pick them up. In fact, you know what? I was going to go downstairs and get some from the fridge, but I can't be asked. What do I have that I can drink at room temperature? I'll tell you what, because James has inspired me with his German speak, let's have a German beer. Oh, fat no. If we're going to do Germany, we're going to do it right. It's time for the Schneider Weiss Aventinus with matching glassware, kindly gifted to me by Rob from Hopscene. Oh, look at this smoky opening there, folks. Oh, the glass a bit dusty, but just adds to flavour, really, doesn't it? Oh, excuse me. This may be the last beer of the night, because I have a 3-year-old niece coming round tomorrow. It's still snowy outside, so I'll have to venture outside the house. But I'm sure my McDonald's breakfast and additional katsu chicken nuggets will keep me afloat. Oh yes. Now we're on to the good stuff. Schneider Weiss Aventinus Weizen Doppelbock, 8.2% ABV. Really liking the slight rebrand on this. Not sure if it's a rebrand or if it's actually just like an export label that they're doing. But yes, Schneider Weiss. Annoyingly, doesn't fill the glass. Oh my god, that smells good. That smells so good. Let's catch up on comments. Back from 10th to 17th February 2, though, so I guess I could wait. Yes, definitely. I'll definitely be able to do that. Because 11th of February, my birthday, send me free beer. No, I don't mean that. Sorry, I'm just perplexed by Lucy's comment momentarily, but then there's like a bit of an in-joke. She says, I didn't give you that glass. And Schneider Weiss, LOL, says Joe. I just don't know why my words being put together, LOL. Trust me, since I've switched back over to iPhone, I know exactly what you're talking about. I totally feel your frustration. There's something about Apple's interface, and I'm not sure if you're using an Apple product as you're watching this, but it makes me look so fucking stupid when I type. It really, really does. But yeah, James, I'll definitely have both beers by then. and it'll be a good excuse to do a drinky thingy on my birthday. I might do a live stream on February the 11th. I might actually book that and the next day off, because I can finally book holidays now. But yeah, oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I don't like Wee Bee usually, but this is just taking wheat beers to another level. Schneiderweiser, just a fantastic, fantastic brewery in general. Prost. Oh, that's so good. That's so fucking good. A Doppelbox, mate. Best style of lager ever. So, just setting up for work now. Gotta go. Let's pencil that Schlenkerla in for February. Definitely, James. I would absolutely love to do that, because I know how much you appreciate these sorts of beers as well. So I can't think of a better person to do that live review with. But yeah, enjoy work tonight, James, and I thank you for stopping by. I can't speak properly now, but hey ho, it is what it is. Let's see. I am using an Apple 11 iPhone, says Joe. Yeah, the keyboards on Apple phones are fucking shit. And I'm very gassy at the moment. So apologies to Lucy for seeing me like this. Can't believe you guys have stuck around for this. I'm such a non-entity when it comes to BeerTube, so it means the world to me that people want to sit and watch me talking about beer. Burping his way through his breakdown. Indeed I am, Lucy. Indeed I am. It's the only way you can get through things. Just burp. If I want burping, I'd be crying. No. If I want burping, I'd be scracking. Said no person from the north ever. I think I should do a live stream where I just get violently pissed. Nobody needs to see that, but everybody needs to see that. Just mixing drinks, no food prior to the stream, no snacks during the stream, just watching me get absolutely obliterated on camera. I don't know why I cracked this open now. It's really... I've forgotten how rich this beer is. It just means I'm going to drink it a little bit slower, take my time, and you guys get to spend more time with me. I'll join if that becomes a thing. Even though that's in relation to something I've just said, I have completely forgot. Oh, talking about me getting absolutely obliterated on camera. You can join anytime. And Joe says you're cool. Thank you, my friend, but not as cool as you. And I'm not even pointing at you there. Not as cool as you. It's the worst thing because you're looking at the viewfinder and you're not really like pointing properly. Pointing. Can't even say that word now. 9 people are watching this. Why? But I appreciate it. Beer. Oh my god. This is a beautiful beer. This is genuinely a beautiful, beautiful drinking experience. Oh, shut up, Lucy. We all know you're cool. Let me have me moment. Oh, and don't back her up, Joe. Oh, unbelievable. I feel attacked. Oh, that's so good. So good. Don't laugh, Lucy. It's not funny. I'm not going to lie, I really need to go for a wee. So I'm going to be right back. Oh, that was really satisfying. Right, let's see the comments. Or should I say, let's see Lucy just ripping the shit out of me for no reason because she's evil. That's just a joke, by the way. Just unearthed Jimmy's palace in an old Minecraft save, says Harry. It's okay, says Lucy. Everyone prefers talking to me anyway. This is where you should cut over to me on cam. Well, I would, but you're not here. And I don't know why I was tapping the table like it was a mouse or a keyboard when I'm using my phone, but it is what it is. And then Joe says he should, lol. Then Lucy says, I want to see some of your creations, Harry. I made an eyeball tree the last time I played Minecraft. Joe says, I'm so old that my kids probably did the same thing. And Harry says Jimmy's palace was a paedophile filmed children's hotel. Filmed? Themed, not filmed. Harry's not that into Jimmy Savile. Now then. I have for you a very astute young gentleman by the name of Harry Meadows from Blue Nose Beer Reviews. That was a terrible Jimmy Savile impression. We weren't talking about you when you were gone, says Joe. And Lucy says, oh, he is. I don't know what that's in relation to. I'm saying things, but not remembering what I'm saying. I think that's a sign that I'm a fucking idiot. And there was no reason for me to take a swig of Pepsi while I'm drinking a beer, but anyway. Then Luce says, yeah, Peter, we weren't talking to you, geez. I don't want you to talk to me, Lucy. Because all you talk about is utter nonsense. And I'm spelling nonsense. Nonsense. And yes, I did just call Lucy a nonce. What are you going to do? Are you going to Epstein me? Don't know what that means, but it is what it is. I need to stop saying that. There's a podcast called History Hyenas with Chris something and Yanis. And Chris always says, it is what it is. But because I'm not American, when I try and replicate that, it doesn't sound as funny. But yeah, History Hyenas, one of my favourite podcasts by two of my favourite comedians. But for no reason. But prepare to Lucy's doing her crying faces. Look everyone, Lucy's crying again. Sorry. Fuck this, Joe. Let's go elsewhere. This guy's a twat. Well, I'm actually a self-proclaimed twat. I'll have you know. So, your words don't hurt me. And I can't believe I fucking sassed like a African-American child. And I'm immediately regretting saying that sentence. Oh, and Harry in our little group has just posted Jimmy Savile's Minecraft palace. You are too cool, friend. Now, are you saying that to me, Joe? Or Lucy, who has hijacked my chat? I don't think you deserve the status twat. That's too good for you. Well, Lucy Foster, what status do I deserve? See, now, if you were Paul in a Manchester hotel room, I would be very, very angry right now. Such a good beer, by the way. Such a good beer. Sorry, just itching my chin. So Corwin drops by and says, what kind of stream is this? Well, to be brutally honest, Corwin, probably one of the shittest streams you will ever have the misfortune to have stumbled across. And I'm really quite interested at how you came across this live stream, because there's no way on God's green earth that YouTube is promoting this live stream. And if it is, well, it's a very slow night indeed. But yeah, thank you for dropping by, Corwin. And Joe says, yes, you. Oh, why thank you, Joe. Very much appreciated. I'm fucking burping so much like a pig. So I do apologise, but I appreciate that sentiment. And welcome, Corwin, by the way. You've probably left by now. Completely don't blame you. It's a bit of a mess, but it's my mess. And that's what's important. I've just realised I've got a steak baguette waiting for me after this stream. And I'll probably have multiple packets of crisps as well, because I'm a pig. But I embrace it, because I've got a dad bod. Now we've got another comment, this time from Just Bob, who says, "Evening, sir. Are you going to ever do another podcast with Jimmy O?" Yes, I've actually been asked a few times, or had it put to me from Jimmy, to do another podcast. So fingers crossed, when things have cooled down a little bit, I will be joining James for another podcast. He did actually ask me to do a mukbang with him on his podcast, but there was stuff going on, so I wasn't able to do it. But yeah, I'd love to go back onto Jimmy's podcast. Welcome, Just Bob. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Sorry, I can't speak properly at the moment. But yeah, I really want to do another episode of the podcast, because I had so much fun doing that. Let's see. See, the reason why it's a little bit jarring at the moment is because on StreamYard itself, the comments aren't showing, but on the actual playback, or me watching myself, that was a really awkward wank gesture then. Me watching myself on stream to actually have up-to-date comments. What the fuck am I talking? Shut the fuck up, Peter, and just read your comments. Corin says, "I watch your beer reviews, and this stream popped under recommended videos." Essentially, Corin, well, first of all, thank you for watching the reviews. Again, I don't know why people watch my reviews when there are people who actually know what they're talking about, but I'm glad some people find some form of entertainment, whether it's good or badly intended. I don't care. If people are watching me, that's the important thing. The narcissist inside me loves it. But the actual human being who is very self-conscious and extremely socially awkward absolutely hates the prospect of bumping into someone who watches my content on YouTube. But yeah, the stream itself, Corwin, is just Coolidge Drinker sat in front of his phone live because he's bored, and people actually enjoy watching it. So I should do more stuff like this, just like off the cuff, just go live. Just Bob says you should go back on, but this time get pissed like you did with the Christmas podcast. That's probably been my favourite Jimmy O podcast of the year. Well, no, the one with Chris. No, it's not Chris. Oh my god, what's his name? With the Chris McLean. Is that the name? Chris McLean? That was my favourite podcast that Jimmy's done. But I did really enjoy the Christmas Piss Up just because I loved seeing Jimmy getting absolutely fucking wasted and saying some of the worst things ever. But do you know what? Fuck it. It's comedy. It's just James. He hasn't got a bad bone in his body. I'll defend that man to the death. But yeah, that Christmas podcast was really good. In fact, I'm actually halfway through the Paul Maiden podcast. They uploaded a little bit earlier tonight. But yeah, see, I'm not too interested in like watching podcasts of former criminals because you've heard that story over and over and over and over again. I mean, it's great that Jimmy's got these guests on his podcast because they are interesting people. But I've heard that story on, the Sean Atwood podcast or the James English podcast. But then again, it's a little bit different to what Sean Atwood or James English would have to say. So they've got their quirk, and I think the one thing that I will say, well, I've got a lot of good things to say about Jimmy, is he's so misinterpreted and misunderstood. And I like his sort of unpolished yet unapologetic style when it comes to people on the podcast. And he's just a fucking good person in general. And the fact that I was the first person to appear on his podcast when he's had much more interesting people than me. I mean, I've been on... It's mental to think that I've been on the same podcast as Chris McLeod, Brian Cockrell. Did I say Cockrell? You know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? It's mental to think that I'm somehow associated with this podcast that has had big names involved in it. I mean, Lawrence Harvey from Human Centipede. There was an intention for that podcast for me and Jimmy to be sat with Lawrence Harvey. And I mean, Lawrence Harvey, he follows me on Instagram. Means absolutely fuck all. But yeah, it's just mental, the fact that I'm not a celebrity. I'm not I'm not Jamie Boyle. But I was the first fucking person on the Jimmy O show. And that means a hell of a fucking lot to me. Even though my episode was by far the most interesting. But it's great to see how much that podcast has grown. Even though Jimmy will always sort of like self-sabotage for no reason. He doesn't give himself enough credit. I fucking love Jimmy O'Neill. He's one of the most genuine people I've had. I've been on the same podcast series as John Wedger. Do you know what I mean? Not many people can say that. And a lot of people say, who the fuck is John Wedger? But yeah, anyway, what point were we making? Yeah, I need to get pissed. I need to get very drunk on the Jimmy O show. But yeah, the Russell Bland, both podcasts with Russell Bland have been really good. And yeah, I actually can't wait to be part of that podcast again. Anyway, let's try and catch up with the comments. Joe says, that is good. It is a cool stream. Thank you. Very much appreciate that. Lucy then says, Peter, you're competing with a Seaside Mark live right now. Yeah, I'm always going to lose out to Seaside Mark. That's my dream, to just do a live stream with Seaside Mark. In fact, I know Harry's already spoke to Jimmy about this, but Seaside Mark on the Jimmy O show would just be fucking beautiful. It really, really would. I get a little bit more Merseyside when I'm pissed. Then Joe says, why doesn't Lucy do a live stream? And then she very humbly responds, I'd end up taking all of Peter's views, Joe. Don't want to hurt the poor boy. Well, do videos on my channel so I can get views, Lucy. Let's exploit the situation. Hormonal middle-aged men. Lucy, you'll get 20% cut of the monetization. God, that sounds so fucking pimp-like. And then Corwin drops an absolute bombshell. And it's the drunk part of me, but in my defence, even though I look at the photo now and it makes sense, I can actually see. And Corwin says, man, I've met you long before I watch your content. I'm Max from Yankee und Kraut. Of course you are, Max. I'm so sorry, but I didn't realise that initially. But yeah, I'm just going to say it now. This isn't sort of like gain back respectability, but Max, one of the nicest people that I've had the privilege to meet. Regensburg Craft Beer Festival was where it all started, from what I remember. Max and Brian, two fucking awesome people, and I didn't realise that this was Max who was commenting about what this live stream is. I apologise, Max, because this is just an absolute drunken shit show. But yeah, I've had so many great people join this live stream tonight, and I'm just going to say it. Yankee and Kraut, one of my all-time favourite breweries, not only because Max and Brian are fucking awesome people, and the other folks who I've met when I've been at the Craft Beer Festival in Regensburg, but they make fucking awesome beers, which you can get hold of in the UK if you go to Beer 52. Last time I checked, they had quite a few beers from Yankee and Kraut. I'd like to think that other places are now stocking Yankee and Kraut, but that's a nice shot. That's a really nice shot, Max. I mean, to be honest, in my defence, I am pretty much blind, and it's hard to tell who people are from the thumbnails. But yeah. Oh, it's so good that you're watching this, Max. Means a hell of a lot. Just Bob says, could always be worse, Peter. Someone could be sat at home knocking one out watching your stream. If people want to do, if someone wants to do that, that's entirely up to them. If that makes them feel better, then who am I to judge? Then Joe says LMAO. Then Peter, and then Just Bob says, Peter, would you have a guest on your podcast? I don't know. This isn't really a podcast because the people who I usually have on are people who I know anyway. But I'd love to actually have a podcast. But I don't think I have the sort of fan base to justify that. But it would be cool. I would like to have a little bit of podcast. And my first guest would definitely be Seaside Mark. And then Joe says, lol. Then Just Bob says, Lucy, if you did a stream about beer, you get loads of views. You're a female in the world of middle-aged beer drinkers. Lucy, he's got a fucking hell of a point. I've always said this, my core audience are men between the age of 30 and 45. You would thrive in this community. You really, really would. And then Matt. Oh. Bear with me 1 second. Just refreshing the comments. And then Max says, haha, don't worry, all the best to you. Hopefully we'll be able to meet again soon. I can't wait for that. That'll be awesome. I just can't wait to be back in Germany, to be honest. But there shall definitely be an extended stay in Ingolstadt. That's all I'm going to say. And then Lucy says, ha ha ha, it's tempting. I'm definitely good at drinking beer. And then, I don't know, water droplets, has she said that? I don't know what that means. Is she going to spill the beer? And then Peter, get Lucy on and watch the hits go up. Oh, trust me, Just Bob. I know how many more views I would get if Lucy was part of this, but it's 60-40, that's all I'm going to say, 60-40. And then Joe says you'll be the first female beer tuber. There's not too many females who do this, which is quite strange. Then Just Bob says, Lucy, do a stream on craft beer as in a cosplay outfit, and you get loads of subs. Granted, they'd all be middle-aged beer drinkers, but you'd be quids in. You certainly would. Do you know how many people would be simping for that content? And Goth Chick inhaling beers. It's what YouTube needs. Lucy, welcome to the community. What would I cosplay as? Tina Belcher. I'm actually Googling Tina Belcher because my... I think you can do better than Tina Belcher. Much better than Tina Belcher. Log Lady from Twin Peaks, good call. But then Harry just completely tops it with Goth Chick ASMR beer reviews. And Harry, you will get Clueless ASMR, but you have to go over to my OnlyFans account and subscribe for £5 a month to see that. Just Bob says, Lucy cosplay as Bette Lynch, the landlady of Rovers. LOL, the beer drinkers would love that. Oh yeah, get that camera crowd in. Oh, so good. So good. Right, folks. I'm going to call it a night now, because I'm starting to get a little bit tired, a bit hungry, and yeah, it's 5 minutes past 1. But I will end on a lovely comment from Just Bob. Peter could wear a studded collar and be your beer bitch. Again, swipe up to subscribe to my OnlyFans account. It was £5 a month, but I'm going to reduce it to £3 a month because I'm desperate for the cash and I have no dignity. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much to everyone who's stopped by. So many creative ideas in my head, and I can't stop thinking about doing another podcast with the legend that is Jimmy O. So massive thank you to Just Bob for stopping by. Bruno Spirit says, I think we need to do a leak of your OnlyFans. And Lucy Foss says, P.S. also to my OnlyFans, it's way better than Peter's. Trust me, it very much is. If you want to see wrist action, that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, but no, seriously, 100% serious, mature, and reined in. Thank you so much for watching this tonight. Don't know why you did, but I do appreciate it. And yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's taking care. Lucy is sabotaging my chat, but it is what it is. She's just a grade A bitch, in my opinion, and that was very fucking camp. But anyway, you know it's serious when he takes his watch off. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking around. Don't know why anybody watches anything that I do, because I'm just a trash human. But you must all be gluttons for punishment. Anyway, yeah, Just Bob really wants Lucy on. If she wants to join, she can join. I need the views. I need the super chats. I need the OnlyFans subscriptions. So, yeah, Lucy, get your act together and help a brother out. Anyway, cheers for watching, folks. Hope you've all had a lovely Saturday evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully 2020 wasn't too much of a wank fest. Negative wank fest for you all. And yeah, stay safe and you all take care. Bye bye for now. And I've just got to wait